Hey, this is Tom, the Father's Workshop Screen Printing, and I've got something special to talk to you about. And some of y'all ain't gonna like it, some of you will like it, but I hope you enjoy it because it's a little bit about the last video I did when I brought up using, I can't show you or I'm gonna be blamed for advertising for this company. And remember, I talked about this stuff and then I talked about this stuff. I can't advertise it. Y'all gonna get mad. All right, I'll be right back after the intro. Y'all hang around. I'm gonna be right back. Hey, this is Tom with the Father's Workshop Screen Printing, and I have made some people mad. I didn't try to, honestly, I didn't try to make anybody mad. But the video that I did on the polycrylic, boy, have I gotten some feedback. Now, I haven't got a whole lot of people upset about it, but I think they're more upset because they say I was advertising this. Honestly, all I did was I used this because it's all I had as far as the the sublimating spray. You know, where it was the polyester resin that you spray on the t-shirt. It's the only thing I had. I don't have anything else to show you. I've thought about getting the other products but then I would be just the same thing. They'd be saying, well, you're advertising for everybody. Look, when you clicked on my link, did you have to wait on a commercial? Really? When you clicked on this link to watch this video, did you have to wait for a commercial to go by before you actually got me? Of course not. I don't have anybody likes me enough to give me enough thumbs up and likes to get monetized. Once I get monetized, then maybe I can make some money to be able to bring in all the other additives. Now you notice I'm not promoting it now. I'm just showing you that this is a polyester resin that is used in t-shirts, okay? So just so we're not advertising. And I want to show you this. This is the other stuff. See, I'm not trying to advertise it, but I have to show you the difference, okay? So just let me show you the difference. It makes it so much easier for me instead of trying to say, well, you know, the other stuff. And you know, the stuff that I'm not supposed to advertise, I ain't doing that, okay? I'm not advertising for anybody. You want me to advertise for you? Send me your stuff. And then I'll tell you, the people, I'll say, I'm advertising for this company, so I want to tell you about a great product, you know. Let me turn that around. About a great product. This is and it is great. Now, if you want the proper pronunciation to this, it's called okay, now that I'm done messing around and being silly, now watch this. I was trying to explain to everyone in the last video that if I'm gonna paint your house, I'm not gonna use ice cream. If I'm gonna paint your house, you know, I'm not gonna mix up some flour and and add some turpentine and say, well, this is gonna be great for your house. It's gonna get a really a fluffy look, a really fluffy look. No, I'm not doing that. Okay. All right, what I was trying to explain in the last video was simply this. This is polycrylic. This is a great product. It is really great. I'm not advertising for, listen, I'm not advertising for polycrylic. I've used this stuff, okay? I know it's good stuff. It's good stuff for what it's intended for. So when you paint wood and stuff like that with this, it gives a good coating on it because you have to wait 24 hours for it to dry, get a good, then you might have to light sand it and then put another coat on it and everything. That's what it's intended for. Now, if I was going to do my shirts, I would use stuff like this, something that has a polyester resin, and I would use this, okay? So by using this, that's what it's made for. It's made for t-shirts, and you go through a process to get it into the material so it will become, once again, the boring speech about polyester resin getting into the material, taking your heat press and pressing that in there to cure it. and all that. So then you can use your sublimation ink, some picture that you did with your sublimation ink, and it will, and as your sublimation ink breaks into the gas, it would adhere to the materials that have the polyester resin in it. So because the sublimation ink is made for, you know, for the polyester, it's made for that. And so, and like polyester sprays and stuff like that, it's made. There's the same company that puts this out. Okay, you know, I'm not telling you who it is, but this company here puts out something also that you spray on material, other not shirts, but they make it where you can actually spray the other stuff on things and let it dry and then sublimate to it. So if you want to take your chainsaw out there, fellas, and go out there by the woods and cut you a little thin piece of log, you know, just a little thin slice off that log, and you've got this pretty thing and it's got the bark all around it and you got the nice wood showing, where you can use that stuff and put it on there, and you can sublimate the sublimation ink to that. Now, this, you can also do the same thing. It's not an easy process. Now, you will have to let it dry. You'll have to spray it on there and let it dry on the wood and things like that. So this is, if you're going to sublimate to something, sublimate to this. Now, when you try to take your paper off, stuff like that, sometimes it'll stick to it and all that stuff. You'll have some issues trying to do that because you'll have to heat press. You'll have to heat press that ink into this after it dries. And sometimes it may tend to melt that polycrylic. And then you got to wipe it off and clean it up and all that stuff, but you can still get good effects with it. Okay, and that's fine if you're doing it on wood and ceramic and things like that. That's great. You can sublimate. Okay? But not with your shirts. You know, not with your shirts. You don't take something that's intended for that to do that. That'd be like me painting your house with ice cream. You're not going to get good results. And that's not what it's intended for. Ice cream's made for eating, and I love ice cream. And I ain't about to waste ice cream and put it on the house. I ain't about to waste this and put it in a shirt. And after I tell you a few things, you probably ain't going to want to put it in your shirts anymore either. Because to understand that some things are made to put on shirts, okay? Some things are made strictly for that. And you say, man, it's so expensive, though. I'll make my own. I'll go in my laboratory and I'll make my own. And nobody's going to stop me. No, except the federal government if they find out that what you're doing is hurting people. And then when you say, well, I didn't know. Well, sure you know. Sure you know, because it says it on the back of the can. Read the instructions. You know? I just want to tell folks to read the instructions. You know, so many times we try putting things together and we don't read the instructions. We say, oh man, there ain't nothing to that. I'll just put it all together. And when you're done, you got 3 or 4 screws left over. You're like, oh, those are just extras they threw in the bag. Then you find out later when you're using it, you go, oh, man, no wonder this thing hadn't been working right, man. I forgot to put, that's where that screw goes at. Yeah, and then later on you find, oh, that's where that screw goes. And you find out you didn't read the instruction manual. You didn't listen. And so what I'm saying is, if you're going to use this, read the instruction manual. If you're going to use this, read the instruction manual. This is not for shirts. This is. Okay? So, you know, and I'm just going to put it out there and make some people mad. I'm not advertising. If I am, I'm advertising for both of them. But I'm not meaning to because I ain't getting paid for it. Which one do you choose for doing your shirts? Which one do you choose for doing your shirts? Oh,
I don't like Poly T. I don't like Poly T. Too expensive. They think they got something better than me. I'm going to go ahead and make my own.
so you go over here. I'm going to make mine.
Now I got my own. I don't need that old Poly T. I've got this.
Come on, man. Really? 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 I don't understand. You'd rather put people in Hertz way. Okay. All right. let me give you just a minute. I'm gonna get off the air here. I'm gonna get off the air. You say you're full of that hot air. Well, I'll listen to you. Why are you still on this TV screen? Because you ain't cut me off yet. All right. Now watch this. I've got some information. What is polycrylic made of? The stuff that everybody's asking about, what is that made of? I ain't gonna tell you what to apply it to. I'm not going through all that stuff, but what is it made of? And you judge. Now you say, well, what is that stuff made of? This is made of a liquid polyester resin. It's polyester. That's polyester, not polycrylic. That's polyester. Okay, that's a polyester resin that was made up to go into shirts. What is polycrylic that you're mixing and putting in the shirts? Polycrylic is composed of copolymers of acrylic acid, methacrylic acid, and their simple esters. Okay? Now what does that mean? I don't know. I ain't a scientist. I don't know. Honestly, I'm reading this to you. That's why I'm reading it. I'm not a scientist. But when I read it, and I see it for myself, I ain't using it. Okay? Copolymer. All right? So, a polymer, and I'm giving you what a copolymer is. It's a polymer made by reaction of two different polymers. Okay, that's why it's a copolymer. With units of more than one kind. All right? Now, that really didn't intrigue me at all and tell me nothing. It's almost like saying, oh, well, polycrylic is not harmful. What does that mean? It's not harmful. Does that mean I can drink it? Does that mean when I do your house, I can use it when I use the ice cream? No, it's vague just to say it's harmful. But to say it's harmful means boop, a red flag goes up. Harmful, what does it mean? All right. What is, okay, now it said up here, it said polycrylic is composed of copolymers of acrylic acid and methacrylic acid. What's acrylic acid? I don't even like the sound of acid, so, you know, so we're looking at acrylic acid. All right, what is acrylic acid? And then it said down here, it says simple esters. What's that? Simple esters. I ain't got no idea what an ester is, but it says they're simple. All right, what is acrylic acid and esters? Acrylic acid and esters are versatile monomers used as building blocks for thousands of polymer formulations. They are flammable. That throws up another red flag. Reactive, volatile liquids based on an alpha-beta unsaturated carboxyl structure. Major markets for the ester include surface coatings, textiles, adhesives, and plastics. Okay, I didn't see nothing about polyester. Is acrylic acid harmful to humans? Now that's a good question. Is it? Is acrylic acid harmful to humans? Is it? All right. It says it is a strong irritant to skin, eyes, and mucous membranes in humans. Okay. So it's an irritant to the skin and the eyes and the mucous membranes. I like my mucous membranes, and I don't want it getting in there and messing me up. It says no information is available on the reproductive, developmental, and carcinogenic effects of acrylic acid in humans. Animal cancer studies have reported both positive and negative results. EPA has not classified acrylic acid for carcinogenicity. Okay. Now I got a little bit out of that. Those little red flags were getting answered. Okay. you know, I get worried when it starts talking about it is a strong irritant to skin, eyes, and mucous membranes. All right. No information is available on the reproductive, developmental, carcinogenic effects of acrylic acid in humans. Animal cancer studies have reported both positive and negative. Cancer? On animals? Isn't that what they say we are? We're a bunch of animals. You filthy animal. Alright? Are copolymers of acrylic acid harmful to humans? Now these are questions I was just asking because I read what polycrylic was made of. Based on animal studies, acrylic acid is considered harmful if swallowed or inhaled. Swallowing, now this is based on animal studies. Alright? Swallowing can result in severe gastrointestinal irritation, of ulceration, and burns of the mouth and throat. Skin contact can result in skin irritation or burns. Vapor or mists are severely irritating, severely irritating to the respiratory tract. All right. I mean, you don't want to get that stuff in your nose and all that stuff, you know. And according to animals, it's just the animal study is harmful if you swallow it or inhale it. Naturally, we don't want to drink it. Just because it's got water in it don't mean you drink it. All right. Now, the last question. Very basic, very plain. It's very, very, very plain. Is polycrylic the stuff that you're mixing and putting in the shirts? The stuff you're mixing and you're making this this stuff, this polyester resin liquid. Is polycrylic safe on skin? Now, is it safe on skin? Now, naturally, you're putting this in t-shirts. You're putting it in. You're putting it on material. You're putting on. Let me just answer the question and tell you why. I don't care what you do. You do whatever you want. But why, if I was today in the series, why I don't use a commercial product made for coating, putting a protective coat on your wood and stuff like that, is to put a protective coat on there. Why I don't use it on t-shirts to sublimate on and sell to my customers. Why don't? That's why I don't use it. Is polycrylic safe on skin? This is just flat out the question. It says, do not get in eyes. Well, naturally, we're not putting it in our eyes. I'm not going to put it in our eyes. But it says, do not get in eyes or on skin. So you don't want to get this in your eyes or on your skin. And you said, well, yeah, we can do that. Do not get in eyes or skin or clothing. So, let me tell you why I don't do it. Because it says not to get this in your eyes, on your skin, or on your clothes. And what are we doing? We're mixing this up. And what are we doing with it? It's already mixed up. All you got to do is use it. It's water based. So, what do? Do not get in eyes or on skin or clothing. Do not breathe vapor or mist. Do not ingest. If during normal use the material presents a respiratory hazard, use only the adequate ventilation or wear appropriate respirator. Now, it says that this can be harmful just smelling it, getting the vapors down your throat, stuff like that. Go ahead and use it if you want. I don't care. Well, I do care. I care for your safety, but if you're going to do it, there ain't nothing I can do about it. Honestly, but it says don't get in your eyes, on your skin, or on your clothes. All right. This says get it all over your clothes. This says don't get it on your clothes. Okay. This says don't get it on your clothes. This says get it all over your clothes. And then heat press it. And then put your sublimation on it. This says don't get it on your clothes. This says get it on your clothes. So, what are you going to use? What more can I say other than you make your choice? I'm not here to start trouble. I'm not here to make everybody mad. But I do know this. If you have a business, let me ask you one last question and I'm off of here. If you have a business and you want to do a good product, you want to make your customer happy, you don't want to make them sick. You say, well, how do I know that other stuff won't make them sick? How do I know that? Well, let me ask you something. Go online and Google it and say how many people have gotten sick off using this product. You say, well, I don't know. What is it? Well, okay. See if anyone online has gotten sick from this. Okay? Now you can Google and see if anyone's gotten sick off this, but you haven't been doing it long enough to find out. And we really don't know how many people are actually selling their stuff, or if they want to admit they're selling to their customers something that gives bad results anyways. Ain't nobody talking about what great results they're getting out of polycrylic, and if they are, that stuff's going to break down. If it don't make somebody sick, it's going to break down and give terrible results later, because each time you wash it, it's going to wash out. Okay? Face it. This stuff, when it dries, it gets hard and it's going to get flaky and all that stuff. You know? It's not designed like this stuff. So let's just leave it at that. You make your choice. This for clothes, for fabric, for sublimation, or this. The stuff I'd probably paint your house with. This stuff. Yeah, because it's a protective coating. I'd paint parts of your house and stuff, tables and stuff like that with this. Yeah, sure I would. It gives a crystal clear finish. Yeah, it's ultra fast and drying. It's easy water cleanup. Yeah, man, that's great. But what does it say? It says it's a protective finish. That means it's a protective finish because it says it's a protective finish. Okay. Go ahead and write me and say you're redundant. I don't care. I will tell you over and over again. Me, I ain't using that on my t-shirts. This, I will. Okay? Now, if you think I'm advertising for somebody and you want, and look, companies, if you're watching this and you're going, oh man, give me your stuff. I'll do like this. I'll say, hey, check it out. I'm telling you what, I sure recommend this stuff 100% because I'm going to show you how to use it. I've already used it and I know it's good. And by the way, not to give Poly T a kick and a big boost, but somebody said it's some sorry stuff, but it's not. Actually, I did videos using the Poly T, and actually it's some pretty good stuff. You know why? Because it's made for t-shirts, right? So, I know some of y'all right now looking at me like a mule eating briars. Yeah, them cookberries and stuff, them briars and stuff. Some of y'all just like a mule eating those things.
hate that guy. I don't care.
Let me just say something. Have a happy sublimation day. Get out there and do your best work for the people who you care about. That's your customers, your family, or whoever you do it for. Even yourself. You know? Don't kick yourself. So, anyways, this is Tom, the Father's Workshop Screen Printing. Just bringing you a small little tutorial on just what I was talking about before. And people got mad at me. Just to let you know, I ain't using it. Y'all have a wonderful day, and the Lord bless.